Arsenal at White Hart Lane for the next hour and a half with Brian Marwood and Alan Parry.
Well, no one on the field has more experience of these North London derbies than David Seaman. This is the 23rd time that he's worn Arsenal's goalie's jersey against Tottenham, and he can count on the fingers of one of those safe hands the number of times that he's actually been on the losing side. David Seaman captaining the Arsenal team. Teddy Sheringham wears the armband for Spurs. You can forget the championship for the moment, and you can forget the pursuit of European places. This is all about pride, and whether it's Liverpool, Manchester, Glasgow, North London, there really is nothing to beat the passion and the atmosphere of a local derby. For the next couple of hours, you won't hear anyone here saying this is just another game. It isn't. Arsenal in red and white will get us underway. 4 defeats in their last 8 league games. And of course, Old Trafford a week ago, the first time they'd failed to score in 56 league games, which was a new record for English football. Despite that blank, and another blank against Valencia in midweek, they are still the Premiership's leading scorers with 36 goals. False start in the North London derby. Try again, boys. Referee Neil Barry. The second attempt does get us underway. The Arsenal team defending in the first half to go where their travelling fans are. They don't have to travel far. These two clubs just about 5 miles apart. As Poyet wins the first challenge, and there'll be many of them today. Anderson's layoff to Stephen Carr, some newspaper speculation linking him with a possible future move to Arsenal. I don't think the Tottenham fans could stand that any more than the Arsenal fans felt, of course, when Sol Campbell moved the other way. First touch for David Seaman. And in behind Ledley King was Henry, using his considerable pace. Keller sliding into contact to get the ball.
I think it's an example there that the Spurs back three are going to have to be very much on their toes. It's a long ball there for David Seaman, skipping off the surface, but with the pace of Thierry Henry, always going to be a threat for them.
Campbell seeing the ball out of play when his name was read out in the starting lineup, and when he appeared for the warm-up, he was very loudly booed by the majority of the crowd here. But he expects that. It's his 19th North London derby, this, and no fewer than 15 of them were spent playing for the opposition today. King's clearance over the head of Ashley Cole.
It's interesting, actually, going back to Sol Campbell, Alan, was that he was having a bit of a tough time in his opening period at Highbury, but I think it was actually this game last season where he almost come of age in an Arsenal shirt, because he was getting so much stick off the Spurs fans, and he really handled it well. And I think Arsene Wenger felt that he came of age as an Arsenal player.
Arsenal have not lost in their last 7 games against Tottenham, including the FA Cup semi-final 2 seasons ago. In the Premiership, the recent record is 4 wins and 2 draws. Only 1 defeat for the Gunners in the last 14 league games against their old rivals. Challenged by Freund. Ashley Cole back in the side at Old Trafford after his recent ankle injury. Still only 21. And this, in fact, is 100th appearance for the champions. Perez making a decoy run. I think the free kick will be planted to the edge of the penalty area, though. Possible target. Tottenham dealt with the first threat well, and here's Keane up against Cole. Parlour, another veteran of these clashes, of course.
Well, I've already seen a couple of examples of what this game's all about. Some crunching tackles in that midfield area. Saw one by Freund on Ashley Cole, and then we've just seen one from Gus Poyet on Ray Parlour. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how Neil Barry handles this game. The referee really is key in games such as this. It's quick, at times it's bruising, and it's up to the referee really to try and keep the flow of the game.
The boos will tell you who's in possession then, and the cheers what he did with that possession. Not the best ball Sol Campbell's played in his career. Tottenham's home form excellent this season, 6 wins out of 8 in the Premiership. Lay-up by Poyet to Carr. Poyet's gone for the return ball, so too is Sheringham. He lets it run. Volleyed cross could have caused a real problem, and in fact has been kept in by Carr. Up against Pires here, and losing out. Campbell's clearance. Anderton. Freund. Clever ball, good defending by Cole. Ziege going for the return. And the referee didn't like the challenge from Lauren.
Well, he's given it the other way, and rightly so. I think a little bit surprised, actually. Lauren felt that Ziege had just pushed into the back of him, and there you can see there, Christian Ziege. I mean, Lauren's got no chance whatsoever. I think that's a poor decision.
Ziege's ability from free kicks. Arsenal won't want to concede too many around their own penalty box. The German takes it. Oh, it was difficult. Gilberto's slice clearance kept in play. No, King decides that he'd rather have the corner. On a day as wet as this, anything zinged across the penalty area is going to cause problems. There's just that ball, and King almost got there, and Keane almost got there, and David Seaman was the only one who did.
Well, this is a brilliant set piece, and I can't believe Teddy Sheringham hasn't gone on the end of that. Really was classic, textbook corner kick and corner delivery, really, from Ziege, and the little knockback, and David Seaman makes a great save.
Anderton will take the corner. Looking for Richards, far post, big shout from the Tottenham fans. They felt he might have been impeded as he tried to get onto the flighted cross.
Well, testing period this for David Seaman and the Arsenal side. It's a wonderful ball in from Ziege, and really any touch there from a Spurs player, it would have resulted in a goal. But good reactions from David Seaman. He's had his critics this season, whether it's been for Arsenal or England, but that was an important save.
Header. Clearance by Bunjevcevic finds Carr. When it goes to Sheringham, brought down, I thought, by Campbell. The referee has allowed play to go on with Carr in possession, not for long. Pires denies it. Another free kick. There's going to be plenty of those. Some space. The man's ability is awesome at times, and he gets a free kick.
Well, he's almost invited the challenge, isn't he, from Freund? And that's a couple of free kicks that Stefan Freund has given away, and that's careless, especially when you've got the quality of Henry, the likes of Bergkamp and Pires. Any free kick given away in this type of area of the field, you know, you're going to get punished for it.
The line of Gilberto, Campbell and Keown for the Tottenham defenders to worry about. The main man there will be concerned about, though, is the fella taking the free kick. Henry seemed to go for goal, but got it wrong.
Well, the wall did its job that time. But we've seen Thierry Henry score from free kicks, score some quite brilliant goals from areas of the field. And I'm sure Glenn Hoddle would have warned his side not to give unnecessary free kicks away, and Stefan Freund's already given a couple.
The way forward for Cole. A very good challenge by Freund to win it back. It's gone on from Poyet to Sheringham.
sometimes a problem for Spurs, you know, Alan, when they're attacking, because Robbie Keane loves to get into wide areas and spin into areas that are going to give him an opportunity for space. Teddy Sheringham likes to drop deep, and you can see Sheringham there who's in an advanced position, but once the ball came into the box, there's no one in the box.
Jevich, Sheringham's chested control, Holmes trying to win it back off Parler, who was strong on the ball. Anderton's tackle. Gilberto just lashed it anywhere. Even the Brazilian is getting caught up in the mood and the pace of this game. Arsenal have lost 3 of their last 4 away games in the Premiership. Their record on the road this season: 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. A record of 11 out of a possible 24 points. They've got the best home record in the division. Keane's flick. Good challenge by Cole. Campbell under pressure. And the first clash between Campbell and Sheringham. First of many, we shall see. Carr. It's not a bad ball either for Poyet, who goes down. And a big shout for a penalty kick as Campbell wins the follow-up tackle. Big first decision for the referee to make.
It was a massive decision, because when you look at Ray Parler there, it looks as if he's just nudging Gus Poyet. I actually think that the referee gives Parler the benefit of the doubt. There may have been some sort of contact, certainly not enough to convince the referee, Neil Barry, to give the penalty. It's a big decision, that, from the referee.
Sheringham finds Ziga. Forward to Poyet, who was knocked over from behind by Sol Campbell.
Well, I think Spurs have started the game very, very well indeed. You can just see there Poyet gets to the other side of Ray Parler, the side that the Arsenal midfield player doesn't want him to be. And it's just a slight nudge.
Just a suspicion in the opening 10 minutes here, but the champions are looking a bit apprehensive about this game.
Well, Spurs are playing at a better pace, a greater pace than Arsenal are at the moment, and that's just giving them an upper hand.
Ziga's free kick! Oh, what a goal! A magnificent strike! First blood to Tottenham Hotspur. You won't see a better free kick than that. Unstoppable.
Well, I tell you what, we saw a good one yesterday when we watched Juan Sebastian Veron curl one in the top corner. Well, this was further out, and this is absolutely brilliant. There's only 3 players in the wall. They do break, and I just wonder whether David Seaman will look at that and perhaps think that it hasn't done him any favours. But once it starts, Seaman gets a good look at it, but there's that much pace on the ball. He can't do anything about it, and it just flies in the top corner. Magnificent goal from Ziga.
Well, the German international got his first goal of the season just a week ago here against West Bromwich Albion. Goal number 2 is one they'll be talking about for a very long time, I suspect.
Well, I've got to say, this is what Tottenham have deserved, Alan. They really have started the brighter side. They've been quick. They've really put Arsenal under a little bit of pressure in the right areas. And Arsenal, well, there was criticism last week at Manchester United. Were they going to be up for the fight? Well, this is going to be a big test for them today.
And of course, the Manchester United defence achieved what no other Premiership defence had managed for 18 months. They stopped Arsenal from scoring. Well, Arsenal are used to scoring the first goal in games and then going on to win. But in recent weeks, they actually lost the lead. They led against both Everton and Southampton and lost both matches. This is a rare situation for them, a goal down. It's not 1-0 to the Arsenal today, it's 1-0 to the Tottenham. Carr, Anderton, onto Poyet, looking for Keane in the box. Oh, lovely control by the Irishman. Spurs are really setting about their opponents.
There's a real buzz, isn't there, about their home side's performance at the moment. You know, I said at the top, really, they've got great belief. The fact they've only lost 1 at home this season.
There's Poyet. Keane's pulled away to the far post. He didn't have the angle for that cross, but he's won the corner off Freddie Ljungberg. They're loving it every second so far. Milicevic right in front of David Seaman, blocking his view. And it worked! Knocked off the line by Cole, Seaman to the rebound, and that was a very close call indeed.
Well, I'm not understating this, but Arsenal could quite easily have found themselves 2, if not 3-0 down in this opening period. Such has been Spurs' domination.
Henry's cross, looking for Bergkamp. Goal kick.
Well, that's what full-backs are there for. In situations like this, David Seaman really gets done with so many bodies around him. And there you can see, just coming away from the post, Ashley Cole doing his job. And there's a little bit of a slip there by David Seaman. But this has got to be nervous moments for the Arsenal goalkeeper. He certainly looked a little bit edgy there.
Not sure who made contact there for Tottenham. It was either Richards or Keane going for the same ball. But certainly it was a vital contact on the line by Ashley Cole. Anderton. King had to be in quickly to beat Perez. Sheringham. A real pace and purpose about Tottenham's play at the moment. Here's Keane for them. Oh, well played. Good looking cross as well. It's come out to Anderton.
Well, what a fabulous start for the Spurs. And Christian Ziege must have been dreaming about this last night. And they certainly want to drool over. That is travelled an awful long way, but look at the pace and the bend. And David Seaman, well, he sees it coming, but he can't do anything about it. And what about a celebration? And why not? It deserves a good celebration.
That is fellow countryman Jurgen Klinsmann. I remember scoring in a North London derby once and having the celebration. It was probably a little better prepared than that. But that's one of the most memorable moments of his career, and he's had some career.
Arsenal really can't get a foothold in the game at the moment. You really have rarely seen the likes of Perez and Lundberg on the ball. Paul and Gilberto really are struggling in that central midfield area. I've got to say, it's all the home side at the moment. They really are dominant.
Ziege over the ball again. Anderton an option. No, he's gone away. That's not bad either. Shades of the World Cup, and that's the Brazilian goal maybe in his mind.
It was. You can see him scampering back, can't you, David Seaman? Christian Ziege going to cross the ball in, but very nearly sailed over. Seaman's headed towards the top corner.
Arsene Wenger has suffered only one defeat in 14 North London derbies in his 7 seasons in charge of Arsenal. Trying to get in behind Ashley Cole again. Spurs haven't been prolific scorers this season, just 23 goals before today in 17 league games. They've also conceded 23. They know all about the goal-scoring power and potential of this Arsenal team. So this is not a safe lead, not by any means. At the moment, there's no doubt it's a deserved lead. Dean Richards has come forward, bottom of the picture there, number 36. It goes in towards Sheringham. Good goalkeeping by David Seaman. And Bergkamp with an excellent first-time ball for Henry. 3 defenders surround him.
Well, that's how much it means to these Tottenham players. The Stephen Carr working so hard against Thierry Henry. Well, he can afford to smile at the moment. I'm sure he would have been smiling if the young Frenchman had gone past him. Well, it's just frustrating for him at the moment. He hasn't really had an awful lot of service. We know the outstanding form that he's been in this season. And certainly those Spurs defenders will know all about him. Only a month ago he scored quite a breathtaking goal, carrying the ball from his own defensive third, slotting it past Casey Keller.
Cevic underneath his own sky clearance. It's gone to Parla, now Laura. And Arsenal have got to try and regain their composure.
I think a lot of people will tell you in games like this, Alan, that you have to win the little battles before you can win the war. And at the moment, Spurs are winning those little battles, whether it's in midfield, whether it's at the back, whether it's up front.
Here's Gilberto. Back again to Campbell. Parla under pressure. Uses Keown as his outlet. Now the Cameroon international Lauren again. Bergkamp was tripped from behind by Cevic. Keown. Gilberto. Freund closed him down so quickly, and certainly those midfield skirmishes are nearly all being won by Tottenham at the moment. There's another one.
Well, the problem Arsenal have got is the two Arsenal players in there, Gilberto and Parla, really are being outgunned by Freund, Anderton and Poyet. Really difficult for the Arsenal pair to really get a foothold in midfield and start to dictate the tempo.
Bergkamp, a cultured layoff. A good ball from Parla to Ashley Cole. On it goes to Pires. Very important interception by King. Carr. And Anderton. Here's Keown for Arsenal. Ljungberg. Richards with the sliding challenge. Aaron Anderton seeing a lot of the ball early on. There's a lovely ball outside of the foot. Carr to Keane. Sheringham and Poyet both in the box. And Carr still going forward in support. He was unlucky there.
Well, they certainly get their offside trap. Totally wrong there, Arsenal. Sol Campbell's looking to play Robbie Keane offside. Martin Keown is a good yard or two behind him.
Henry. Lauren unmarked out on the right flank. He never spotted him.
Well, I think at the moment Arsenal have got to match the passion and the determination that Spurs are showing. Well, the home side certainly are up for this game. And Arsenal not quite playing at the same level.
Ljungberg. Again dispossessed. This time by Anderton. Ziga. Well played. And a good ball. And so was that from Anderton to Carr. Keane keeps drifting out to that right flank and causing damage to Arsenal. Anderton. That one invited the sliding tackle. Spurs in no great hurry to take the throw. Carr. Too clever for his own good there.
Certainly Arsene Wenger will be ruefully looking upon this performance at the moment, knowing his side really haven't clicked into gear, haven't really caused Tottenham Hotspur any problems to deal with. And Thierry Henry has certainly had limited service. That'll be something that will worry the Arsenal manager.
And of course, Arsenal's away form is the stuff of legends. They remain unbeaten on their travels. Last season, and at the start of this, for 23 games before finally going down to that Wayne Rooney goal at Everton in October. Sheringham, sloppy layoff, Ljungberg. Ball's absolutely fizzing around, given away by Freund. Cevic did well up against Ljungberg.
Just look at who's picking the bits and pieces up, though. Always tends to be one of those three Spurs midfield players, whether it's Poyet, Freund or Anderton.
Certainly an interesting little tactical decision by Glenn Hoddle to keep Keane out on that right flank in front of Cole.
I think they were concerned about the runs that Ashley Cole will make from that area of the field. And so far, it's working in favour of Spurs.
Lauren's cross, a bit too deep. It's gone to Bergkamp, however. He looked for Henry, and Arsenal get their first corner out of it.
There's some communication problems there between Dean Richards and Ledley King. ought to have dealt with the ball into the box from Lauren a little bit better.
And sometimes that's all it needs against Arsenal. One mistake. Beyond Keown at the near post to Campbell at the far post. And to the crowd's delight, he couldn't control it.
Lauren.
Good vision to pick out Henry, who'd taken the corner moments earlier. Colin hard. The first foul had been committed on him rather than by him, though. And it's Arsenal who get the free kick. Sheringham keeping an eye on Keown as Pires goes out to take the kick. Interesting one. Parlour. Good effort. And Keller got a fingertip to it.
Fabulous save. Everybody was expecting the ball to come into the box from the free kick from Pires. Clever one to Ray Parlour, not renowned for scoring goals, Ray Parlour. Casey Keller scampering away to his right-hand side.
Parlour hasn't scored since last season's FA Cup final, in fact. And Gilberto's header. Well wide.
That's a good chance. Really is a good chance. Good delivery from Henry. Teddy Sheringham just sleeping a little bit. And the Brazilian just gets across. Sheringham ought to have done better with his header. That is a good chance.
Well, the first 25 minutes has flown by. Ziga, good header. That's a strange one. Cole eager to keep it in play, but he might regret that. He was rather fortunate to get a throw off Carr.
I'm sure Arsenal are desperate to get Pires and Lundberg into this game. Really seen very little of the two wide players. And that's going to be key if Arsenal are to stretch Spurs. They need to get wide players on the ball. Lauren.
Henry. He's got that body language about himself at the moment that suggests he's not really enjoying the service that he's received.
I don't think many of the Arsenal players are enjoying it at the moment. I think they probably realise that they're second best.
Spurs, remember, have beaten their rivals only once in the last 14 league meetings. For the last few minutes, Arsenal at least have had a settled period of possession. And here's Bergkamp, who can change things in an instant. Another excellent tackle, this time by Dean Richards. Keane will worry David Seaman all the way, and did well to get in front of him. Poyet. Here's Sheringham.
Well, they got lucky, didn't they? They got lucky. Bobby Keane, good foraging. Once again, though, you can see Spurs winning the ball back in crucial areas.
Thierry Henry. Smile of resignation as another couple of tackles came thundering in. Lauren. Working so hard, these Tottenham players. There's another tackle from Poyet. And then Ziga.
I'll tell you what, if you did a tackle count so far this opening 28 minutes, you would see that Tottenham were far, far ahead of Arsenal. Everywhere you look, there's players making tackles, and players at times that you wouldn't expect to make those type of bone-crunching tackles, whether that's Ziga. Darren Anderton's got his fair share of tackles in and challenges. So important. What it's done, Alan, is upset Arsenal's rhythm.
Can Tottenham keep it going for another, 17 minutes in this half and 45 minutes in the second? Or will Arsenal's quality come to the surface? Bergkamp. No doubt that Henry was offside. Finding Anderton. He's been really influential early on here. Sheringham goes down. Doesn't get the free kick he was hoping for. Gilberto now for Arsenal. Parler. Pires has made a great run and he's got away from his marker. Groin had time to pick out a pass, but it was the wrong one. Anderson did very well. Keane trying to hold back so he didn't fall into the offside trap. Here he is. And the slip has opened things up for him. Alberto on hand to stop the cross doing any more damage to Arsenal. Groin. Midfield lifts it forward. No offside flag here. Teddy Sheringham. Oh, that's great defending by Campbell, but it's gone straight out to Keane. He went for goal. And it's come back to Sheringham. Oh, that's brave goalkeeping by David Seaman.
Oh, superb goalkeeping. Really was by the Arsenal skipper. Good trickery by Robbie Keane. He really fires a wicked ball in the danger area. And Teddy Sheringham very nearly got fortunate off the initial header from Sol Campbell. But Seaman was very alert.
David Seaman's appetite for the battle at 39. Those doubts have just been swept away by that challenge at the feet of Sheringham. But here goes Carr on another surging run. He's still going. Seaman's there again, and it's come out to Sheringham, and now Keane. Oh, unbelievable! The second goal line clearance in the opening half an hour by Ashley Cole. The champions are clinging on by their fingertips at the moment. Here's Ziga. Handball, wasn't it? Looked as though it was by Parler.
I'll tell you what, if anybody asks you why the Premiership is probably the best in the world, then come and watch a game like this, because not only has it got great quality, it's being played at such a high tempo and pace, and some of the thrills and the spills in this opening half an hour really has been so exciting to watch.
Here's Ziga, whose stunning goal separates the sides. And that's a good ball too. Sheringham's way up. Poyet! Good effort from that range.
David Seaman just really trying to calm things down. Really has been an engine time in this Arsenal defensive third. Good foraging once again from Stephen Carr. And that good work and determination very nearly paid off, but thanks to Ashley Cole once more, the second time he's done it in this first half, Arsenal survive.
13 minutes of the half remaining, and the fact that Arsenal is still very much in this game is in a very large part down to Ashley Cole. Robbie! And here he is, making a determined run at the other end. Bergkamp. Another good tackle from Darren Anderton.
Well, it's been such a dominant Spurs side, hasn't it? And it's amazing they've only got one goal to show for that dominance. But I tell you what, they've come mighty close on a couple of occasions, and as you've already said, the goal line clearances from Ashley Cole, a couple of important saves from David Seaman, and it could have been a lot worse for Arsenal.
Takes it on to no one in particular. Tottenham throw. And going back to the end of last season, Spurs have been beaten only once in their last 11 games here at White Hart Lane, and they won no fewer than 8 of them. So this is going to be very tough for Arsenal to get something out of. They knew that, of course, before they made the short journey here. The way Tottenham have started the game, it's going to be even tougher than they imagined. Keane, one of many outstanding Tottenham players in this first half. Ziga, Anderton. Oh, good ball. Carl. Sheringham and Poyet await the cross. There is Poyet. Good challenge from Campbell.
Well, done such a good tactical job, haven't they, Glenn Hoddle? I think in the way that he's prepared his side. We've seen Robbie Keane really at times playing as either a right winger or a left winger, and that really hasn't allowed Arsenal to get their fullbacks into the game and get it forward. And going forward, Spurs have had a lot of joy because Keane has been on the ball, Sheringham's been on the ball, and Poyet has been able to join the front two and make good breaks from that midfield area.
Cole's challenge on Freund, no messing about. And Hoddle, by the way, is yet to win in 4 games against Arsenal as Tottenham's manager. Quite a few wins in his playing days, of course. And his first game in charge was that FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal 20 months ago now. Goal dispossessed, but the referee thought that was a foul by Sheringham. Mr. Barry and Mr. Sheringham have a little word or two. A word from us about our game on Premiership Plus next Sunday. And what a game that is. Lancashire Derby at Ewood Park. Blackburn against Manchester United. Our show starts at 1:30. Lauren. On to Henry, but the fullback was brought down momentarily before that. Walks the ball forward to the appropriate spot. We haven't seen much of Pires on the ball in this first half. He'll take the free kick. Right into that crowd of players, and it was the head of Dean Richards that diverted the ball away. Here's Parlour. Campbell. Say, Sol Campbell is not on top of his game. Cole certainly is, much to Arsenal's relief. Keogh, now Pires.
I think this is the key for Arsenal. I think they get back into this game, they're going to have to get Robert Pires on the ball, and that might just mean changing his position. He's been playing wide left, but whether that means him going into a more central role. We've seen him play central midfield, so he'll be no stranger to that position.
Gilberto Ljungberg, challenged from behind by Ziga. The referee's late play on. Lawrence cross. Bergkamp in the centre.
I just wonder whether the referee will go and have a word with Christian Ziga. Surprised that he hasn't. This is a poor tackle on Freddie Ljungberg from behind.
Spurs have won 8 in the league this season. 3 draws, 6 defeats, and 5 of those 6 reverses came on the road. Parlour. Laura. Henry.
Difficult one to take. As that ball just skips up in front of him on a very skiddy surface indeed. But unfortunately for Arsenal, this is the type of area that they're getting balls into the danger area. You almost need another 10, 15 yards further down the field, certainly further towards the byline, if they're going to be knocking balls like that into both Bergkamp and Henry.
Misplaced clearance from Laura, under pressure from Ziga, has to concede the throw. Did well. I'm not sure he wanted the ball there. Now King's given it away. Richards, good ball. Sheringham, excellent. Keane, Poyet's peeled away to the far post. Sheringham's in that area as well. He neither saw neither of it. Paul decided to go for goal himself.
Trying to bend into the far corner, Alan, and just can't quite open himself up enough. And once again, though, Robbie Keane getting some benefit in these wide areas. It's giving him the opportunity to run at both full-backs.
It's Pires back defending. You hear that first so often.
It looks as if he's moved him into a more central role, Robert Pires. Desperate to get him on the ball. And I just think that if Arsenal have any chance of getting anything out of this game, there's two things that really need to happen. They need to compete better, and they need to get their key players on the ball. And he's certainly one of their key players.
Clearance has gone straight to Carr. Back in towards Sheringham. Never away with Martin Keough. Spurs have a throw. Greeted almost like a goal by the fans in that corner. A critical 5 minutes coming up as Stefan Freund leads the cheers. They go in leading. Tottenham are going to take some displacing in the second half, unless Arsenal improve immeasurably in their first 45 minutes. Buildup straight back in, away by Keough. Well, it looked like a handball by Carr for the second time in this half. Mr. Barry shook his head. Pires. Campbell on to Keough. Lovely ball. Thierry Henry. Now Laurent. And it goes towards Henry. He's beaten to it by Dean Richards. Carr, he's had a really good game so far.
A real barnstorming performance, isn't it, from that right wing-back area?
And then the commentator's curse, he gave it away. And another harsh tackle has gone unpunished. He can't believe it.
Well, I think the referee felt that he was looking for it, Dennis Bergkamp. Well, I can't believe that's not a free kick. I really can't. The referee stood right under it.
Anderton. Offside was given on this near side against Ziga. Bergkamp just has a little bit of damage, and he's not going to give the free kick, is he?
Well, to be fair, the referee is trying to keep the flow of the game, and it's certainly meant for a very exciting game. And I think on days like this, when it is a slippery surface, the rain is still coming down at White Hart Lane, you've really got to try and look at certain challenges and think, well, was it that intent? Was it dangerous? Did they catch them? I certainly felt like Dennis Bergkamp really got a knock on his ankle there.
Lovely layoff from Sheringham. Ziga. Away by Campbell. Once again, it's Spurs who pick up the pieces, though. Carr. Anderton. And now Ziga. A little spell of possession for the home side. Carr. He's been exuberant, he really has. With the best clearance from Laurent. That one was better. Buildup. Ziga. Anderton, the most influential midfield player out there. The curse has struck again, he's given it away to Pires. He's got Ljungberg on mark down the right and finds it. Two ahead of him, Bergkamp and Henry. Henry! What a good save by Casey Keller!
Well, it just goes to show us that you can have all that dominance, and then the first time really Arsenal get into the danger area. It's a wonderful ball in from Freddie Ljungberg. He knows exactly what he wants to do. It's a fabulous header, to be fair, to Thierry Henry, and it's an equally good save by Casey Keller. Good reaction towards his left-hand side, because that had a lot of pace on that header.
Taking their time over this corner, Arsenal. He goes in towards Campbell, but that was there to deny them again. And the big American, who's played in every game this season. Now #1 choice, even I think when Neil Sullivan is fit again, has proved his worth. Ashley Cole. Away by King. That was always going to be Parlers. He wasn't going to be beaten in that challenge. Ljungberg, fine ball for Henry, who took it in his stride. Now there, the referee's got a decision to make, and the decision is penalty.
Oh, it's a ludicrous decision by Casey Keller, really. There's no need for the Spurs goalkeeper to come all that way. It really is pure stupidity, because if anything, Thierry Henry is heading towards the corner flag. You can see he's a long way out, and there's defenders to deal with the situation, and because of his pace, he just gets to the ball quicker than the Spurs goalkeeper, and then once you've committed yourself, well, there's clear contact there, it's a penalty, and it's absolute stupidity by the Spurs keeper.
And it just shows you in football how you can go from hero to the villain in the space of a couple of minutes. After that wonderful save from Henry, of course, he's now brought the Frenchman down. And the big question is, who's going to take the penalty? Because, of course, Thierry Henry has missed a couple of his recent penalties. So he's not going to take this one. He's going to leave it to his fellow Frenchman, Robert Pires. He scored in each of the last 3 games he started against Tottenham. Is it 4 out of 4? It is! And Arsenal, perhaps undeservedly, are level.
Well, that's a get-out-of-jail card, I'm afraid. It really has been all about Tottenham Hotspur this first half. It's a great shame for Casey Keller, because he made a brilliant save from Thierry Henry's header moments earlier. Well, it's a wonderful taken penalty by Robert Pires. It's got Arsenal back in it against the run of play.
Well, Tottenham will be cursing. They were on top. They could have had a 2 or 3 goal lead. Instead, it looks now as though they're going to go in at the interval level. One rash moment by their goalkeeper has cost them dearly. Richards. Carr miscontrols it, and suddenly the confidence that was oozing from Tottenham has ebbed away in that one moment of madness by Keller. An intelligent man, he will know that that goal is down to him. Arsenal will know that they've now got a foothold in a match in which they were threatened at being swept aside at one stage. Christian Ziger's magnificent free kick, no more than Tottenham deserved. They were the better team for most of that half, but at the interval, it's 1-1 at the Lake.
Oh, what an astonishing 45 minutes. Spurs could be 4 up. We'll hear what George has made of it all after the break. Instead of being 4 up, it's 1 apiece. Arsenal hitting back with a sucker punch that delighted Mr. Wenger.
Worthington Cup action heats up next week with a place in the semis at stake. On Tuesday, Chelsea go to Old Trafford for the tie of the round against revitalised Manchester United.
At Old Trafford, Manchester United are back.
Then, Wednesday, an all-Premiership clash. Can Graham Taylor's Villa put Houlier's Liverpool to the test? A Worthington Cup 5th round double starts Manchester United-Chelsea Tuesday at 7 live on Sky Sports 2.
Life's better when you take control. Oops. The Ford Focus.
Have you got the one that goes like...
Middle Earth stands on the brink of destruction. You will unite or you will fall. Live the movie.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Get the Two Towers on PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance now. From Game. First place for games.
The new Black & Decker Sandstorm sanding and decorating tool lets you sand and polish whatever and wherever you like. Make it your own home with Black & Decker.
Yeah, lad. Hey, Cal, check these out, mate.
Where'd you get them, lad?
I found them.
Where in Nancy's neck at all?
Hey, Jack, you got something on the bottom of your foot, mate?
I'm gonna fall for that.
No, you have, mate. Just take it off. There's something on the bottom of your foot.
Honest, mate, just on...
Mr. Davids, excuse me, just one question.
Go ahead.
You played like a possessed man tonight. What is your secret?
Some games it happens. Someone takes over, telling you where to pass, where to run. It's like a 12th man or something.
Get on the pitch, get in control. Be the 12th. FIFA Football 2003, EA Sports. It's in the game.
Love the glasses.
When taking a photograph, make sure your subject is ready and that they're arranged in a suitably formal manner. This can be difficult with members of the animal kingdom. Avoid blurring by keeping movement to a minimum. Follow these simple rules and you'll end up with a photograph you'll treasure for a lifetime.
Go on, muck about with free photo messaging for all Orange customers.
Our love shines like a beacon. It's perfect.
Super Sunday this afternoon is from the Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland against Liverpool. The build-up's from 3. Kick-off is at 4:05 and it's on Sky Sports 1. Half-time at the Lane, it's 1-1 somehow. Attempts on goal for Spurs 10, on target 7. They could easily have had 4, but they've been pegged back. And just the 1 yellow card shown so far. Expect more in the second half. But it has lived up to expectations. George, which manager has the tougher half-time team talk?
I would say Arsene Wenger, because the way they've played, I think they need a wake-up call. They look half asleep, you know, and that's a team. You know, not just maybe 4 or 5 individuals. The whole team looks as if they, you know, they're waiting for a 3 o'clock kickoff instead of a 2 o'clock. I think Glenn will be delighted in the manner in which they've played. The goalkeeper's made a mistake, which gave Arsenal a really get out of jail situation. But Tottenham have played actually wonderful football. I just thought it'd be more competitive. They seem to have definitely been more competitive, but their passing and their movement has been far superior to Arsenal's. And they really, with a bit of fortune, they could be 2 or 3 goals to the front.
Well, they got the early goal. The foul by Sol Campbell, which Spurs fans will have enjoyed on Poyet. No doubt about that. And then from this free kick of more than 30 yards, he gets more bend on a ball than Shane Warne could manage. But how much blame has to be laid at the feet of David Seaman?
I think David's feet here, you know, he's looking for the ball first of all, and then there's an awful long time from now until he actually moves his feet again. Too long for me. I mean, 30-odd yards. I mean, I'd be disappointed. I'm sure David is disappointed when he sees that again.
Of course, Casey Keller then played a rather disastrous part in Arsenal's equaliser. He just made a really good save, actually, to keep out Thierry Henry's header, but this is a terrible misjudgment, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, he's going nowhere, Henry, here. There's plenty of white shirts all around him. The goalkeeper just needs to stay in his 6-yard box.
Good lesson, though, from Henry. Chase down everything, because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, with his pace, it's frightening, and I think Casey Keller's made a decision. I'm going to come for it, but when you get somebody as quick as Henry, and he just gets the first touch, there's no question, there's got to be a penalty. And as I said earlier, that's really let Arsenal out of jail. And now Arsenal's got to ask the players, you know, do we want to win this game? Never mind win it, do we want to compete? Because up to now, they've not competed at all.
Got to remember that stat that Arsenal have not won a game this season in which they've gone behind. This would be an ideal opportunity to change that. They could easily be further behind. Ashley Cole has twice cleared off the line. First from Robbie Keane there, and Seaman has a bit of a wobble as well in the follow-up.
I mean, when I look at the Arsenal team, you look at the defence first of all, they look very, very jittery. You look at the midfield, they've been dominated by the Tottenham midfield, and up front, apart from a couple of runs by Henry, Bergkamp, you know, we've not seen them. We've just not seen the Arsenal players today.
Seen a lot of Stevie Carr. This was another great run down the right, and Sheringham shows some good awareness here, doesn't he?
Yeah, a lovely little touch here on Sheringham. And Ashley Cole done superb there.
It's always a lesson, isn't it? Make sure you've got a player on the line, on the post, and
yep,
save them. So somehow Arsenal are still very much in this game, and we have got an intriguing second 45 minutes to enjoy in the damp North London air. Spurs fans just a little stunned by what happened a minute before the break. Can their team rouse themselves and beat the old enemy? The second half is next.
Crazy American couple.
They'll all be here.
Great. And you remember to get the turkey. No! Sky, stay in and go somewhere different this Christmas.
The Monday Night Football's a must-see game tomorrow. Bolton against Leeds from 7 on Sky Sports 1. One other Premiership game taking place this afternoon at the moment. It's Fulham against Birmingham, and Birmingham lead 1-0 at the interval. Jovan Kirovski with his first for the club. Don't forget Super Sunday, Sunderland and Liverpool 4:05 on Sky Sports 1. It's one apiece at White Hart Lane. Christian Ziege with a cracker from more than 30 yards, and then the misjudgment from Casey Keller. Penalty conceded, yellow card for the keeper. And from the spot, Robert Pires levelled things up. But Spurs have dominated. Where are they going to get another goal from, George?
Well, they've impressed me, the way, the manner in which they've played and the type of football they've played as well. In the general play, yeah, they could still create opportunities if they keep doing it, but I've been very impressed with the set pieces. They look dangerous every time they get a free kick and a corner kick.
OK, let's see what is going to happen in the second 45. It's back to Brian and Alan.
Thanks, Marcus. Welcome back to White Hart Lane, where the last two corresponding fixtures between these sides have finished one apiece. No man, I wonder. Well, Casey Keller knows he's got a bit to do now to regain the popularity of the Tottenham fans after that first half mistake. Christian Ziege's goal cancelled out by the Robert Pires penalty. Spurs have beaten Arsenal only once in the last 15 meetings over a period of 7 years. That was a 2-1 victory here 3 years ago. They've now got to convince themselves that they can play as well in this second half as they did in the first. No changes of personnel by either Glenn Hoddle or Arsene Wenger. Two men who know each other well, of course, because when Wenger was manager at Monaco, Hoddle was a player there. In fact, they won the French Championship as a manager-player partnership. Keown's clearance finds Bergkamp, who's been pretty ineffective so far. Gilberto with a lovely volleyed ball for Henry. Lee King muscles his way forward. Henry just approves of the pass. King. Keown's clearance has found Gilberto. Here's Ashley Cole. Henry, lovely little cushioned header for Bergkamp. Cole couldn't go back to David Seaman. That route was cut off by Keane. Sheringham up against his old foe, Campbell. Pires. Parler dispossessed by Ziga. Anderton. And Campbell in the right place there. Laura. And it goes to Ljungberg. We didn't see a great deal of him either. Those key players for Arsenal were not influential in the first 45 minutes.
I think it's always difficult when you're a wide player, when you're under the cosh, as much as Arsenal were in the first half, to get into the game. But I'm sure that's one of a number of challenges that Arsene Wenger would have set his side at the half-time interval. I think, as George was saying with Marcus, you know, do you want it enough? Can you come out here and show greater passion and commitment? Because the force was definitely with Spurs in the first 45.
Here's Ledley King. The ball over the top for Teddy Sheringham. Just got the touch ahead of Campbell. Certainly noticeable that most of the best individual performances so far in the game have belonged to Tottenham. Here's Gilberto. Ziga quickly closed down by Ljungberg. Oh, what a good ball out to Poyet. Now Keane.
He's certainly playing with a player with a lot of confidence, isn't he, Robbie Keane? 5 goals to his name since he joined Spurs. He looks very bright, lively. He's troubled Arsenal during the course of this afternoon.
And he scored in each of the last 2 home games against Leeds United and West Bromwich Albion. Richards with the flick on. Here's King. Clever. Very clever. Anderton.
Well, it'd be interesting to have heard what Glenn Hoddle's team talk would have been at half-time, because they really did get a massive blow with that Arsenal equaliser so close to the half-time interval, especially when they played so well. And I guess the words for him would have been, can you repeat what you did in the first half? It's a different story, though, for Arsene Wenger. They did get out of jail with that goal from Pires.
Continues to fall from the grey skies around White Hart Lane, but there's nothing grey about the action down there on the pitch. An absorbing game.
Thierry Henry's got a slight problem at the moment. A recent challenge with Ledley King just left him a little bit dazed.
With a little flick, which has earned another throw off the head of Carr. No, shaking his head, he doesn't look too pleased. Bergkamp. Clearance by Richards has gone straight to Pires, who delivers it early for Lauren. Parler. Now on to Sol Campbell. Pires adopting a different role clearly at the start of the second half. Keown. dispute going on about whose fault that was.
I think Freddie Ljungberg felt that he should have had the ball off Martin Keown rather than Keown trying an ambitious ball up front to Thierry Henry. Again, I think that's just through the frustration of Ljungberg not being able to have any authority in that midfield area.
Big month coming up for Arsenal. They've got home games against two of their biggest rivals for the title in Liverpool and Chelsea. Well, every month's a big month for Arsenal, of course. But they are two critical fixtures. There's nothing more important to their fans than this one, though. Carr. On for Freund. Ashley Cole has been one of the few Arsenal players who's played to his full potential. Won the challenge. Freund is in his cheerleader role again, urging on the fans. King. Cole's tackle again, this time on Carr.
That's been excellent, Ashley Cole. You know, if there's one player in a red shirt that has won tackles and has been committed to the cause, it's certainly been Ashley Cole today.
King. Freund. Crowd warned him the challenge was coming, and he heeded that warning. On to Carr, tackled by Pires. Spurs trying to get up ahead of steam again. Freund looking for Dean Richards over his head. And then Poyet's. Laurent got it clear, and here's Henry. He's got virtually the entire Spurs defence to take on here. He's capable of doing it. There's one gone. There's another. There's another. Unbelievable. Bergkamp. Carr got in the way of the shot.
What a goal that would have been. Absolutely brilliant run from Thierry Henry. Very similar, you know, in many respects to the goal he scored just a month ago. Picks the ball up and he runs a full 50, 60 yards. And he does a couple of defenders along the way. Brilliant footwork, takes him into the danger area, and then having the ability to see where Dennis Bergkamp is.
Well, the only man he didn't beat was the steward on gate E. Keane. It's getting lively again. To Anderton. Lost control for once, and it's broken to Pires. Danger here for Tottenham. 4 men forward in this attack, Arsenal. Ljungberg fails to pick out Henry, however.
I'll tell you what has been interesting is we've just seen the recent run from Thierry Henry, but I go back to a couple of challenges that Ashley Cole has won at the beginning of this second half, and sometimes that has an impact on your teammates. You've seen the likes of Cole, whether it's him or whether it's Keown or Campbell, willing to get into challenges like that and making sure that you're coming out with the ball. It just seems to have given Arsenal a little bit more belief.
Challenge by Poyet to win it back, and then an equally fine one by Ljungberg, although the Tottenham fans don't agree. They wanted a free kick. Here's Henry. Bergkamp and Pires well placed ahead of him. He mesmerises a couple more defenders. He gets nothing out of it in the end. It's absolutely outrageous. How many players would have even attempted to do what he did a few minutes ago?
He's got great footwork. And Arsene Wenger really has brought out the best in Thierry Henry. Now playing as a central striker. Started life really as a right winger.
Ljungberg's header, Bergkamp. Away by Richards. Clearance has gone straight to Parler. Miscued it was by Ziga. Anderton's tackle was also miscued. The referee's given a free kick against him.
Well, also just winning those little 50-50s. Certainly went the other way in the first 45 minutes. It was all Spurs, but you know, that goal that was conceded just before half-time, and no doubt one or two stern words said in the dressing room, really has lifted Arsenal in this second half.
Four Arsenal men in a line, awaiting the free kick on the edge of the Spurs box. the second half, and Arsenal are just beginning to find their rhythm again. Carr's clearance. Keane, the only Tottenham man who will chase this one. And Martin Keown concedes the throw. Keane. Took his time, and Bergkamp made the challenge. Third throw in quick succession for Tottenham as they make steady progress down this right-hand side. Throwing. Nudged over, wasn't he? No, the referee's indicated only a throw. Then we'll leave it to Carr, who, if he chooses to, can get some distance on these throw-ins. Anderson's there as the short throw option, and he finds him. Now there could be a break on for Arsenal. But a poor ball by Bergkamp. Henry's going to keep it going here, though. And Keller, having been once bitten, was twice shy. Campbell. There's Laura looking for Ljungberg, but not finding him. It's broken for Parlour, though. Freddie Ljungberg. Henry in the middle. And Bergkamp's got away from his marker. The cross not good enough to pick him out.
A great shame, needed a better ball. Certainly Thierry Henry had made a very good run to the near post. And if Ljungberg could have found the ball that he delivered to him in the first period, where Henry had that fantastic header that was well saved by Casey Keller, and that could quite easily have been a second goal for Arsenal. Well, there's a better tempo, isn't there, now about this Arsenal team? Clearly have awoken from their first half slumber.
Free kick's gone against Keown. Still only one yellow card. A pretty remarkable statistic in a North London derby, and that, of course, was Keller's caution for the incident that led to Arsenal's penalty equaliser. Anderson's free kick is a good one. Poyer trying to get on the end of it. So too is Sheringham. Richards is in there too. Arsenal come out with the ball. Henry. That's brilliant play by Thierry Henry. Oh. Pires. Take your time. Now Anderson. Keane's made a run, and he's onside. Keane! And still, but David Seaman just got enough of a contact on the ball to deny him.
Well, the Arsenal players are looking around, wondering who has played him onside, but there's a fabulous delivery, and he's made a great run. He's just got off the back of Martin Keown, but unfortunately, he can't quite find the right touch to get him past David Seaman, but what an opportunity that was. And I said, if there's space in behind this Arsenal back four, this young fellow will exploit it. He's very clever in the way that he makes those runs, and you can just see that first touch there. It's such a big one, and David Seaman just gets enough of it.
Well, there may be one or two fingers pointed at him about Ziga's goal, but he's also made one or two very important interceptions, David Seaman, today, that have prevented goals. I think you call that slightly dangerous kick from Bergkamp. Just rearranged Bunjevcević's facial features.
Oh, Dennis Bergkamp there, challenging for the ball there. I don't really think he can see Bunjevcević, because as he's turning, he's trying to keep his eye on the ball. We've got a much even game now. It certainly wasn't the case in the first half, although Arsenal went in on level terms. Glenn must be thinking about that penalty given away.
Little instruction going down to his assistant on the touchline, John Gorman. Wasted free kick, even though Anderton made his best attempt to win the tackle. Now Parlour. Oh, well done, Ray Parlour. Sheer determination winning that throw.
But there were the little things that Spurs were doing in the first half, Alan. And now Arsenal are beginning to do that. And they're beginning to have an impact on this game.
And Henry's well placed in the middle. Oh, what a good tackle by Ledley King. Youngberg.
I'll tell you what's a brilliant ball in the box from Laurent. Really didn't have too many opportunities to get forward in the first half. He was raiding down that right-hand side.
Pires. Congested in that corner at the moment. Can they find a way out? Well, he has. Brilliantly so, too. Youngberg trying to lay it on a plate for Bergkamp when surely the opportunity was there to hit it himself.
I don't think he fancied it. It was on his left foot, Alan. And I think he thought the better option was to try and open it up. But wonderful play from Robert Pires.
Well, in Pires and Henry, Arsenal have two Frenchmen who could unlock any defence. Youngberg. Right, Spurs can break themselves now. Keane's layoff is poor though. Won back by Campbell with ease. Gilberto on to Bergkamp. Carr's interception. Parlour comes to win it back. Tottenham fans didn't like that, but it's only the kind of challenge their players were making consistently in the first half.
Absolutely spot on, Alan. And Ray Parlour and Ashley Cole have led the way in challenges like that, in particular in this second half.
Now there's a chance for Keane. What a save! And Sheringham fails to reach the follow-up.
Well, it was point blank, but it was absolutely brilliant. And Robbie Keane just shaking his head there. Martin Keown has got hurt in the collision between him and Teddy Sheringham as that ball came out. But it's a fantastic effort from Robbie Keane. He actually thinks he's wheeling away in celebration, and Sheringham just trying to get the ball there. Following up from the effort from his strike partner. Again, clever little run from Robbie Keane. Gets himself in the right area. It's a bit of a wild challenge from Teddy Sheringham.
And the Arsenal players didn't like it at all. They're still complaining as Gary Lewin treats Keown for the subsequent injury. And I think in that little argument that followed, Teddy Sheringham, yes, there's confirmation, was shown the yellow card.
Well, it's a fantastic save, wasn't it, from David Seaman? And to be fair, the referee has tried to keep a good flow to this football match. And you know it's always going to be difficult in local derby games. He's had a mixed afternoon, hasn't he?
And isn't it wonderful to see in that little moment there, the absolute commitment of a goalkeeper who's 39, a defender who's 36, and a striker in Sheringham who's 36 as well. They say this is a young man's game more than ever before, but one or two of the older heads have still got a lot to offer. Clearance by King. Here's Carr. Sheringham finds throwing down the line for Carr to pursue. Now then, boys, calm it down, calm it down. And they did. Both playing with a smile on their face, good to see. I hope the referee doesn't take any further action. It's not necessary. Players sorted themselves out there.
I think it's more to do with the other players getting involved, really, rather than Sol Campbell and Stephen Carr.
Ball ends with an Arsenal free kick. Hope he gets this right, David Seaman. He's a long way from goal. He did. King's header back in, though. Keane, dispossessed by Parlour, then brought him down.
I think Ray Parlour's had a huge effect on this game in this second half. You know, big disappointment for them to lose Patrick Vieira. Everybody knows the type of influence that the French midfield player has on this Arsenal side. And they needed somebody that was going to compete in there. Ray Parlour's certainly done that.
I referee's having an argument here with Keown about the free kick and players just going on. Well, respected. He told him not to take the free kick because the ball was rolling. He made that quite clear. So they've got to come back and start all over again. From there.
Always makes a big difference, that yard, doesn't it? I always think.
Keown eventually delivers it towards Thierry Henry. And the header is cleared away by Anderton up towards Keane, whose pace has troubled Arsenal all afternoon. Now Pires. King. Oh, lovely ball. It should have been anyway, but it wasn't read by throwing. King's in there. Oh, he did well too. So much to admire about the play of both teams in this game. Pires.
I think the reason it's been such a good game is that there's so many fascinating battles going on all around the field. You know, when you look at in defence, in midfield, up front, everybody's had their little challenges, their little battles. There's one that takes no introducing, does it? Sol Campbell and Teddy Sheringham.
In direct opposition for this header. Keane, so lively. Well, he did the right things. Not his fault that the only man behind him was Cole. And Carr forced that error from the Arsenal left back.
Well, they're having a go at each other now, Thierry Henry and Ashley Cole. Henry felt that the ball should have been delivered to him.
And Freund does deliver it into the Arsenal penalty area, and a chance for Boyle! Oh, that was so close. As the Uruguayan hit it. First time.
Well, he expected to score. I think he expected to score. Once again, making a good run into the box. He gets a decent first touch, you know, Alan. It sets him up for a good chance. And I think he feels that he ought to have scored from there.
Has got a good scoring record against Arsenal, both for Tottenham and his previous club Chelsea. He got the last-minute equaliser in the game here last season.
I don't think his goals for, though, have been as good as his period at Chelsea.
Bunjevcevic wins the header. Carr. Now he's been caught in possession by Pires. And it's a corner. 3/4 of the way through this absorbing match. Keown's made a run to the near post for the corner, leaving a bit of room for Henry amongst others behind him. It was well defended. Some kick that by David Seaman, and unbelievably Thierry Henry's control was poor. It looks as though a change is in the offing here. Simon Davis being spoken to in animated fashion by his manager.
It looks as if Arsenal are going to make a change as well.
Dean Richards. .50-50 ball. It was won by Cole, who's won most of those 50-50 balls all day. Pires. Henry got the flick. Away by Bunjevcevic. Gilberto's challenge from behind on throwing has earned Tottenham a free kick. Carr. Here's Freund again. Carr up against Cole, gets his cross in. Managed to deliver that. He was virtually on the touchline.
He's had a big impact on today's game, Stephen Carr. Really has got forward extremely well. He's been positive. He's been a threat all afternoon.
Richards giving it away to Gilberto. Now Youngberg. Bergkamp at the touch and well read by Richards, and the ball over the top. Again, trying to utilise the pace of Keane. It doesn't work this time. The flag was raised for offside. And that will give Tottenham, at least, the opportunity to make their change. Gavin Anderton, the player who's coming off. Standing ovation as well. He played very well for the 70 minutes he was on the field. But now the very different skills of Simon Davies are introduced, and Arsenal are also going to use the opportunity to make their substitution. Dennis Bergkamp being replaced by Sylvain Wiltord. What do you make of that?
Well, I can understand the Simon Davies one. I can certainly understand the Arsenal one. I think Dennis Bergkamp really hasn't had an impact on this game. And I think that clearly Wiltord's pace could well trouble and unsettle this Tottenham back three. I think as far as Spurs are concerned, I think they've just lost that little bit of tenacity in that midfield area. And I understand why Glenn has decided to bring Darren Anderton off, who has played very well but tired over the last 10 minutes or so, and the busy Simon Davies.
Just had a unnecessary interruption from a pitch invader. Looks stupid enough anyway without us showing him. A long throw in towards Richards. Could be a lightning break on again here for Henry. Two players to come back and dispossess him. One of them is the substitute Davies, who can't find Sheringham, but Keane almost got in there between defender and goalkeeper.
Good goalkeeping from David Seaman. Really had to be spot on there.
And Pires finds the Arsenal sub, Wiltord. And just deflected it out away from danger.
Once again, though, you know, Robbie Keane looks very bright, doesn't he? He's always trying to spot that opening. Very clever how Tottenham play, with Sheringham just dropping deeper and Keane always looking for space. And some of the runs he makes in behind, very, very good indeed.
I don't know what Ziege was thinking of then. There's Ljungberg. Lauren forced to go back towards Parler. And that's a poor challenge by Stefan Freund.
It's a stupid one. Absolutely stupid. I can't see how he can claim to the referee that he didn't deserve a yellow card there. Challenge from behind. Isn't the first time from Freund during the course of this afternoon. You can see there, very late, from behind.
He becomes the third Tottenham player caution now. Keller, Sheringham and Freund. Here is Sheringham. That was a meaty challenge. There's Davies. Ziege to his left, Keane ahead of him. And that was well read by Pires, defending not a part of his game that normally is seen. Carr. Forcing the ball away from Freund. Will this be the third successive season that the meeting between Spurs and Arsenal at White Hart Lane has finished in a 1-1 draw? Or is there to be a late twist of drama? Dean Richards. Given away. And so too a header from Laura. Campbell's there to win it back for Arsenal. Davies, that was a bit heavy for Bunjacevic. Away again by Lauren. Deft little header into the path of Ljungberg, who's got Henry alongside him. No one on this left side, so if he goes that way, he's going to keep going, which he does. Cavalry arrives in the shape of Pires. Spurs doing well to close Arsenal down all over the field. Cole.
excellent afternoon, Stephen Carr. It's been a good battle, hasn't it? Down on this near side, really has worked hard to get forward. In particular in the first half, had limited opportunities because Arsenal have played better in this second half.
Into the final quarter of an hour then, and it would be a very brave man who would venture to predict a winner. But wait, here's Keane. Well, it would have been a great ball if Tottenham had had anybody back. Sheringham was the only man who'd supported Keane in that forward run.
Well, I'm not sure what's happened to Robbie Keane, but he really is in agony.
As Arsenal break. Good clearance by Richards. It's gone back, though, to Wiltor. Keane still off the pitch, receiving treatment. Cole onto Pires.
I think Robbie Keane, I'm not sure whether he's twisted his ankle as he got towards the byline, but really is some pain at the moment. And that will be a big, big loss to Spurs if they lose him. You can see here, really, there isn't an awful lot of support. I'm not sure what happens, but there you can see just a twist. There's no one around him.
And sometimes they can be the most serious injuries of all, of course.
There's one player on the pitch who will well remember having a serious injury, and that was Robert Pires as he jumped the tackle against Newcastle United at Highbury when he was out for an awful long time.
Keane's being helped around the touchline as play goes on here.
Well, certainly, yeah, sorry, Alan, it certainly hasn't been vintage Arsenal this afternoon, but they've dug in far better in this second half.
Well, he made a pretty rapid recovery in the end. Jevich. Hurried clearance and has given Arsenal the throw. Victory for Arsenal would, of course, take them back 3 points above Manchester United. A draw will still be enough to give them the outright lead. Their goal difference is better, of course, than Sir Alex Ferguson's team, and that's what they lead by at the moment. Pires. Davis. Now Poyet. Here's Carr. He's got round Cole. Clever check back onto the left foot, and that's a very effective ball in. It's come back to Davis. Good tackle by Keown.
Well, he had to be spot on there, Martin Keown, but once again, Stephen Carr on this right-hand side, causing Arsenal problems.
The champions are digging in. That's a poor corner.
Well, that's a great shame because the set pieces were so good from Spurs in the first half. But Stephen Carr really has been a shining example of being so positive.
Another Arsenal change on the way. Giovanni van Bronckhorst about to come on. And Pires is the man he'll replace.
Substitution for Arsenal facing number 7.
Two players who, of course, have had a long time out with serious knee injuries. And Van Bronckhorst didn't even make the subs bench for the Champions League game against Valencia in midweek. Now he's made the field in the North London derby with just over 10 minutes remaining. Keown. It's a good ball. Henry let it run across him, and as soon as he did that, he was fighting a losing battle on this wet pitch. Richards. Minutes to go here. Next Sunday, Blackburn against Manchester United is our Premiership Plus offering. Our programme begins at 1:30. Well, someone out there might become a hero in the next 10 minutes. Here's Stefan Freund for Spurs. King's clearance. And Sheringham with a brilliant header. Ziga. Keane has peeled away to his left.
Oh, great shame. You can't believe it's the same man that scored a terrific goal from 30 yards from the free kick. It's been poor in the second half, Christian Ziga.
Urging the effort again from his players in this crucial final 10 minutes. Great little run down that left-hand side again by Keane, and he was obviously being pulled back there.
A clever play again, wasn't it, from Robbie Keane? Really has looked very bright and lively. He's been a constant threat to Arsenal.
Yellow card for Lauren is more because he kicked the ball away than anything he did to give away the free kick.
Well, this is when they could do with a good delivery in from Christian Ziga. In a good position here.
A good delivery. Sheringham almost got his head to it. Gilberto got it away, back in from Davis. As Freund delivers the long throw towards Richards, cleared only as far as Carr, then King. Now King's got to keep racing to defend. Henry. Two men over, far side here. One of them is Gilberto. Well, you would have expected better from him.
Oh, it's fantastic vision from Thierry Henry. He spots the run of Gilberto, and there you can see Gilberto powering forward. He must have covered about 40, 50 yards. And then when he really needed an important first touch, he couldn't find it.
Davis. Ball over the top from Cole. It was too deep. Can still go on and win this. Big booming ball towards the captain Sheringham, headed away by Campbell. Davis onto the rebound. Now Lauren has possession back for Arsenal, and that could be interesting, trying to use Henry. Richards really did have to make contact with that. Stefan Freund. Umpteenth run down this right-hand side for Tottenham. Making a complete mess of it this time. Good recovery. Now Sheringham's given it away. Ljungberg. Wiltord one side of him, Henry the other. He picks out Wiltord. Well, that took a deflection for a corner.
Well, the game just beginning to open up again. We haven't had the thrills and the spills that we had in the first half, but there's been glimpses of good quality at both ends of the field.
And now it's Tottenham's turn to dig in and defend a corner. Straight into the hands of Casey Keller. They didn't need to defend too well. .5 minutes to go in the North London derby. Well, certainly a much improved second half performance by Arsenal, and Spurs have been unable to reach the heights they hit in the first 45 minutes. Arsenal have a free kick. There's Cole. Little talk. Now Henry. Cole again for Arsenal. Spurs, you could argue, have always looked the more likely of the two teams to win this, but most of their better moments came in that first half. Christian Ziege, who started things off with that stunning free kick in the first half. Back to Buildup. Cleared by Keogh. Now Davis for Spurs. Keane happily has shaken off the injury he had earlier, but failed to shake off Lauren then. Arsenal going to make their third substitution. Toure coming on for Ljungberg. His first experience on the field of a North London derby. And straight into the action as ever. He never hangs about, does he, when he does come on?
That's one thing he's got, or two things, and that's pace and power. But really hasn't got, as you've said, too much time to get into this game.
Parla can't keep it on the field. Tottenham throw. Again, their fans find their voices. Throwing. He was very relieved to hear the whistle then, because he'd lost possession. Spurs have another opportunity to launch a free kick into Arsenal's penalty box.
It's a good chance now to get the likes of Richards and King and Sheringham and Gus Poyet, but again, dependent on the delivery from Ziege.
Thought for a second there the referee had given a free kick, but he hasn't. Got away with it, Parla. Throwing's long throw. The flick on takes it towards Richard. Keane is there, and so is Poyet. Good block. Big shout for handball, but it was never that. Poyet did well to win it back. Tackle still flying in, even at this late stage of the game. Poyet again. Oh, that was a silly tackle.
Yeah. I think the referee is going to take action. No need for the players to remind the referee of his responsibility. It's a pretty easy one for Neil Barry to give, because this is a late challenge and a wild one by Ray Parla.
It is also, as we move into the final minute, giving Tottenham another scoring opportunity. Dean Richards, and across the goal by Sheringham.
What a chance, what a chance. I talked about the delivery of Christian Ziege. I just think that maybe Teddy Sheringham sees that too late. There's a slight deflection there. But that is a gilt-edged chance gone begging.
And maybe the last opportunity of the game. Clearance by Richards. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added. This is Lauren. And now Thierry Henry. The ball eluded him. Draw fair result, if that is the final score?
Well, I think for me the key moment was Casey Keller at the end of that first half. Really no need for him to come and take Thierry Henry out in the way that he did. That created the penalty for Arsenal, and that was the lifeline, because Spurs were so dominant. I think at that point really the game changed, because I don't think then that perhaps Spurs, if they'd got it at half-time 1-0 up, I think there would have been a great deal of belief on their part that they were going to go on and win the football match, especially with the chances it created, and that just gave Arsenal a lift at a time when they really needed one.
Ledley King volleys his clearance forward, and the offside flag was against Keane. Free kick by David Seaman, and the header was very calm by Richards. This surely will be the final attack of the game. And it could fall Arsenal's way. Toure. Henry in a great position in the middle. There's going to be a corner before that final whistle blows.
Been a frustrating afternoon, hasn't it, for Thierry Henry? He can afford a wry smile. Well, I just wonder. All the grief and the stick that's come his way from the Spurs fans during the course of the afternoon.
That really would be the cruelest twist of all for Tottenham. For the third successive season here at White Hart Lane, the North London derby ends in a 1-1 draw, and Arsene Wenger's very impressive record against his club's greatest rivals is now just one defeat in 15 local clashes. Casey Keller made one outstanding save in the first half, but a minute or so later he needlessly gave away a penalty that enabled David Seaman's Arsenal to draw level, Seaman having been beaten in spectacular fashion by Christian Ziger's early free kick. The second half didn't live up to the heights of the first, and certainly Tottenham's performance didn't. They will feel they should have won this. Arsenal will feel that this is a very, very valuable point indeed, I'm sure, and they are now one ahead of Manchester United at the top of the Premiership table. Crowd have enjoyed themselves, and I hope you have too. The final score here in North London is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Arsenal 1.
We have enjoyed ourselves, Alan Bryan. Thank you very much indeed. Lots more to look forward to as well. Next Sunday, it's Blackburn and Manchester United. The build-up from 1:30, kick-off as usual, 2 o'clock. This afternoon, Super Sunday features Sunderland and Liverpool. The build-up right now, kick-off in about 7 or 8 minutes over on Sky Sports 1. Tomorrow night, it's Bolton and Leeds from 7, also on 1. Worthington Cup quarter-finals. Tuesday from Old Trafford, it's Manchester United and Chelsea, and then on Wednesday we're at Villa Park for Aston Villa and Liverpool. So one apiece in the 132nd North London derby. We'll have George's thoughts after the break. Spurs thought they should have won it, and they might have done, thanks to this goal from Christian Ziger. It wasn't to be, though, and those celebrations proved to be just a little premature.
After drawing the first match, the FA Cup dream remains alive for Carlisle and Scunthorpe. The prospect of playing a struggling Leeds United in the next round should spur them on. An FA Cup second round replay, Thursday at 7:30, Sky Sports 1.
Say turn it up, turn it up. Say turn it up, turn it up.
table 6 and get a tip.
Bacardi, welcome to the Latin Quarter.
Just read that number plate, please.
N-O-V-A-T.
And again, please.
N-O-V-A-T.
No VAT on all Citroën cars until December the 31st. Citroën, deals to remember.
Bond. James Bond.
Be James Bond in James Bond's world. 007 Nightfire.
Challenge everything. With one lament and a bitter weather.
December's an expensive month. So for every weekend in December, UK calls with BT won't cost more than 20p.
Boss in Motion, the new fragrance.
Remington's new micro screen TCT with the only triple screen system that adjusts for our closest shave with less irritation. Just imagine how it's gonna feel.
I've been really trying, baby.
So you like it, huh?
Also from Remington, the rotary TCT with the most blades and total floating head action for our ultimate in closeness and comfort. Remington, what a great shave feels like.
Find the Minority Report.
Get Minority Report on DVD. Packed with behind-the-scenes extras. If you think you've seen it all, take another look. And another. Minority Report on DVD.
Can you see?
It is perfect.
Buy it now.
The KFC Bumper Bucket this Christmas comes with 14 pieces of chicken, 6 fries, and 10 free chocolate mini Yule logs.
Hey, doesn't this come with mini logs?
Nope.
3 divers to go then, and this is Darren Kroll of Australia. Oh, that's a good dive. 642.2, and now Petit of Canada. Oh, even better. This final really hotting up. Now the favourite, John Smith of Great Britain. What can he do?
A running bomb.
Oh, terrific. The crowd love it.
10.
And so do the judges. Top bombing.
Tempted for 10 days, now reunited to face their worst fears.
You know, you've done it now, haven't you?
She's good.
Temptation Island series finale tonight, 10 o'clock, Sky One Sunday.
Birmingham go above them into 13th place. And of course, if Sunderland can get a result at the Stadium of Light, they will do themselves a big favour in the process. Well, Stephen Carr was man of the match. Christian Ziege, though, was the Spurs goal scorer, and he's now talking with Dave Jones.
Well, Christian, what's the sense now? Is it disappointment that 2 points dropped?
Definitely it's disappointing. I think we had good chances to score first half and second half, and if you put so much effort in the game, and I think we deserve to win today, you're more disappointed than anything else.
Was the game plan really to go at them hard from the start?
We actually had a look at the tape from last season where we drew at home as well, and we put a lot of effort in this game, and we said before the game we do the same, and we exactly did the same, and I think it worked well. We worked hard. I think especially the first half we were much better than Arsenal, but it was just the point.
You got the great start with the free kick. I mean, how key is that now in Spurs' armoury, your set pieces?
Actually, I didn't take so much the last season. I had quite a few injuries. I hope I'm over that now. I'm just happy at the moment that I can play every game 90 minutes. If you're out so many times for so long all the time and you have to fight back, you're just happy to be in the squad.
And then how frustrating is it when you've got the lead, you've been playing well, to concede like that before half-time?
That's football, it happens. Sometimes, I would say last Sunday we didn't play so well and we won, and this Sunday not, so that's football.
Well done, Christian. If you could present this man of the match, champagne, to your teammate Stephen Carr. He's the Barclaycard man of the match. Well done.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
I hope he doesn't keep it for himself. I'm just a little subdued, and Spurs fans and players will inevitably feel they have let a couple of points slip away, George.
Yeah, I think in the first half they totally dominated the game, and to go in 1-1, it must have been a disappointment. But what they gained from it was the manner of the performance. I mean, to totally dominate Arsenal so much. Second half, I think Arsenal stopped the domination of Tottenham, but I thought it got a bit scrappy in the second half, and overall I think Spurs would be probably disappointed they didn't get the 3 points.
Nothing scrappy about Ziege's free kick, although David Seaman will again be under the spotlight. Campbell with the foul on Poyet. It doesn't look to be a terribly dangerous position from which to concede a free kick, but when you've got Ziege on song and a goalkeeper who occasionally looks a little flat-footed, then this can happen.
Well, David's caught in his wrong. He's trying to look for the ball here. If you see it again, actually, he's trying to look. His weight's on his wrong foot now, and he sees the ball too late. And by that time, he's actually gone for it far too late.
What's the philosophy with Wolves from distance, George?
Well, there's a lot of talk, especially in the coaching circles, that over 25 yards, you don't really need a wall. You know, because the goalkeeper can see the ball, and very, very highly unlikely that somebody would score so many goals. But there he was actually blinded, and he was looking for the ball. His weight's on the wrong foot, and by that time the ball's on its way, and then his very slow reaction.
It's happened time and time again. We don't want to criticise David Seaman too much. He's been a great goalkeeper, but so many free kicks that have caught him out. Is that a fundamental flaw in his game?
Well, I think Arsenal have got to give more free kicks away, around about 18, 20 yards, because anything further than that, it seems to be a potential goal. I think they've just got to work on it. David's got to probably see the ball a lot earlier and react. He probably needs a little bit of work, footwork.
Inevitably, memories of 11 years ago, a game you were fully involved in at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final. I hate to remind you of this, but he's been beaten in the same corner.
Yeah, it's very similar distance. Great free kicks, but David will just shrug it off and get on next week's game again.
Gaz's greatest moment, or one of them.
Especially at Wembley. Yeah.
Ziege's a pretty good substitute. Minute before half-time, Casey Keller, who just made an excellent save to deny Thierry Henry, who's actually never scored with a header, then inexplicably misjudges, and Henry is going nowhere, is he?
No, I mean, this is just a nice